Welcome to the Three River Valley series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. We're picking up on the 9th of March 1968, which is about 8 months on from the end of the last video. Now, there's two reasons why I pushed through the winter to this point. And the first one is game related. That is that I feel that what's happening down here is I've got just too much work queued up, and I can't keep piling on more and more jobs. So I really feel I need to get my construction offices catch up. So that's the reason why I wanted to push forward. And then the second reason is related to some information I've picked up about the waste update. And I can't confirm anything, but I'm getting the impression it's going to be a really big update, and it's going to completely change the game because it's going to introduce waste. We're also going to get something called vehicle maintenance, although I've got no idea how that's going to work. And also the research tree is going to be substantially enhanced, is probably the correct way of saying it, based on what I've heard so far. And I'm not going to say that the decision I've made is set in stone. When that update hits the stable branch, that will be the end of this series, simply because, well, just to kind of itemize it, even just putting waste management into this series is going to be a challenge. Adding vehicle maintenance, and I mean, I could guess that it's probably going to work a bit like petrol stations, but then you're going to have to supply the materials to those to be able to repair the vehicles. But my worst case scenario is if we've got to supply the same amounts of materials that say a construction office works, a vehicle construction office, which is materials, electronics, steel, I mean, takes the game to a completely different level. And the final part is the research tree, and I've been given to understand that research tree is going to be quite extensive, and it's going to unlock a lot of buildings. And if that is true, I think the only way we're going to be able to understand the research in the context of realistic mode is to start again, and then I have to actually implement that research. So effectively now this series is on a deadline. So what I'm going to be trying to do is push it forward a lot quicker, because there's a few objectives I want to do in this series, and that means that we're going to need to grow the economy a lot quicker. Now, having said that, I had a bit of a rough winter. If you look up the top here, the happiness is down to 76%, the health is down to 83%, and the reason was in this area here. In fact, if I switch on the happiness indicator, just set it so it's on all the time, you see that the happiness in this city here is really low. I mean, 67% there, 72%, 62% here. And you can see that there is no overall shortage, although I am starting to stretch the limits of my food production and clothes production. But I think the mistake I made was that I moved some population into where my new oil town, and I'll show you that in a minute. And also, virtually all the workers for the construction sites are being drawn from this city here. In fact, there's two construction offices sending lots and lots of buses out to here. So a lot of these buses coming in here are actually, of course, you can see here, Black Country Con bus here. So what these are doing is pulling a constant amount of workers from here. And I think what happened is that because I was pulling all the workers away from construction projects, the heating plant here is almost permanently undermanned. And what that does is it starts to affected the heating, and the heating dropped. And then that had a consequence knock-on with the fact that the population dropped. So at the moment, we're still building the population back up again. Here, you can see we've got no over 21. So all those big pile of over 21s that we had have now disappeared. The reason that I aggravated this situation is over here. Let me just move over to here. And this is where small changes can have big impacts in this game. And the reason for that is, if you see here, I put in 100 buildings in here. And this was very much a quick fix, simply because what was happening here was I wasn't getting the workforce into the oil refinery. It's not that they won't go in there. There wasn't just enough here to produce the fuel. So I was starting to develop a fuel shortage across this section of the map. So what I did is I built this, and that still didn't, because remember this is 100 workers, so that only adds 30 to there. So what I did is I put a second one in, but of course because I moved 200 people into here, plus these labour camps have a natural wastage anyway. What that meant was, let's just speed the game up actually, talking. So what that meant was is that this area here wasn't as good as it should have been. So, but luckily I turned that round. But in turning that round, I actually caused a problem over here. We got a traffic jam. Where's the traffic jam? Oh, it's only on the border here. Again, I also increased the production here, but I think again I'm kind of aggravating the situation here. Fires over here. Okay, that's nice to say. Now, I'm not too worried about losing the population in the sense that we've now got enough diverse cities with a degree of self-independence, especially as we've got this area up north here. If I show you here, even up here, we've had a few problems. You can see because we've got a meat shortage. How come I got a meat shortage? Shouldn't have a meat shortage here. What's going on here? We got meat here. Why are you? I think because the population's getting a little bit bigger here. We're not. I think what I need is a meat truck actually. A refrigeration truck. So we're just going to do a quick fix for that. Let's get in here. Refrigeration. I want something with. We've got 6.5 tons there. Got 4 tons there. I think 4 tons would be good enough. We're just going to buy that. What I'm going to have to do is use the normal trick of setting up a dedicated route and then saying wait until leave, because we've got the parking. We have the parking spaces here for it. Although we're going to have to be a little bit careful. I think you might have just delivered some meat. But I think we're going to put a meat truck in here. I think probably now that I'm draining too much away from the delivery people because we're delivering up to the labour camp up there. Which is always a problem. Right, the meat truck is here. So what we're going to do is just going to and just go there, wait until unloaded. And what that will do is it will put extra meat into here, which will keep that area going for a little while. That puts 7.5 tons in there. We got nearly 73 tons here, so we're doing good. Now, just to give you an update of what's going up in our other area here, we've made quite good progress through the winter. This area held up reasonably well, but you can see the happiness isn't exactly resounding, but that's partly again because you can see there's a meat shortage here as well, and but that's to be expected because the quality of the accommodation here is not very good. But you can see here what we've got built up here now. I mean, our helicopters are doing a fantastic job. What I'm doing is targeting them onto a specific thing. Oh, look at that, we've got a tunneling machine. I'd really like to build a metro. This is coal. We need to put that there. What I would like to do, just to get things going, is actually get this built up to about here. So that's the idea. And what I've got is a little bit of a strategy here, because I think to get some coal production going, we're going to need to do 2 things. One, we're going to need to put some power into here. There's no power into this area. Also, I'm thinking of using the workforce from here to actually support the some coal production here. So what we're going to do is set up something more of a permanent arrangement now for our helicopter passengers or construction workers. And what I'm going to do is we've got this area here. In fact, I'm going to get the helicopter crews working on that. In fact, I'll get all of them working on here. And the other big problem I had up here, which is partly adding to the food problems, is the fact that we don't have any snow coverage up here as well. So we do need that built as well. Now, what I need to do is we've got a power takeoff there, and we need to get power over here. And what I'm thinking is we could put, we're probably not going to put any fields in this area. So if I come in here and we'll put in, actually I wouldn't mind putting it off of here because we don't need anything fancy. And that means I won't break that main road. We can put you there. And we'll put the helicopter crew on that. And then I'm going to come off with a power line here. We don't need the full kind of 9 yards. I think we could probably come off with a 10. We're going to have to try and get to about there. Go there. Go there. Get that. Just make sure this is all up. That's a break there. Not good. Well, take this out. And we'll do that again. You can come to there. And at first you don't succeed. Try again. Oops. That's better. That's got a... In realistic mode, when you're planning long-range transmission lines, always double-check that you've got all the available connections. It's going to use the helicopters to build this as well. It gives us a bit of a preempt on this bit here. So the nice thing about helicopter crews is that you can drop them into areas and get things starting to build before you even get things done. Now, my plan for the let me just get rid of the smiley faces. Hopefully we'll just let the... Now my plan for up here is that we've already got a certain amount of unemployment in this area, and what I'm going to do is increase the unemployment a little bit by putting in another block. Probably, how big's this one? This is 300. I think if I can get another one of these in here. So I'm just going to come in here. I'm just going to pause for a little while. What are you? You're Ampere House 2. And because I'd like to keep the theme going. Ampere House. Where is Ampere's? Right, that's... I put Ampere House 2 just there. That's going to be out of range of the annotation. So's that. Right, so if we've got a road there. I pick a road up. Nope, that's not gonna go around there. I'd like to kind of possibly connect up these. very tiny amount there. You can come out there. You can come there. You can come there. And you can come there. And then we'll snick off that bit there. And we'll just accept that. So what we're going to have is another 300 odd people here. And we should be able to put a footpath from there. Yep. We can put a footpath down into there. We can connect up that. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to come here. And what do I want is we want no power here. Okay, we're going to have to run, well, we're probably going to have a power problem up here anyway, so kind of thinking this way round, because we got a couple of pedestrian connections that way. But then the pipeline's the wrong way round. I think maybe we're just put you in there. We've got a heating plant. I'm not exactly sure why you need heating, but and we can connect that in. We can certainly put you, I think we put you there, put you down to about there. Yeah, I think what we will do is put these in. Well, this substation here, I just want to check. This one's a bit overloaded, so we need another substation in this area. I think we got a power takeoff there. So if I put in a substation about, maybe we'll just move it in really in close there. Maybe, and then you can come there. Oops. There, that's connected up. And then we're apologies if my voice sounds a bit croaky. I don't know what's up with me this morning, but I seem to have a very how can you say, a little bit of a sore throat, and it's kind of making it quite it's making me kind of gasp a little bit. I'm not exactly sure what's causing it, but it's been a bit inconvenient for doing commentary. And again, we can just put that in there. What we'll do is build this in. Now, just to give you an idea of what I'm thinking is, what we're going to have here is we've got electricity problem again. I do wonder whether my power system is getting overloaded as well down in the south. The idea is this is going to be a permanent pickup point for construction workers for the helicopter platform. And then what we're going to do is use these to drive out and try and speed up the expansion in this area. And so the idea is that once we finish these areas down here, I'm going to effectively put a moratorium on any more expansion. So the steel and coal place here is going to get suspended. If I can get the population stable in this area, so that nothing else is going to be going on here, just people working, producing money, and some of the basic resources. We'll still keep the construction trains running out. And then what we're going to do is just power out from this area, producing steel and getting some coal in there, getting some railway lines laid down, and also working on the port over here, because I've got a bit of an idea of what I can do up over this area as well. So that is going to be what we're aiming for, hopefully. And see if I got any. Still, I don't have any over 21s, but we got our happiness back to 79%. Let me just see what's going on up here. I have pushed the road all the way out to here now. So One thing I do want to do very, very quickly, if we got a 3 construction site here. Don't want anything fancy, I just want a mud road there. And we're just going to buy a couple of excavators. No, it's a long way out, but a couple of those. We're going to need a free gas station out here if I've got one. I think I might be running a little bit low on gas stations. And then what we'll do is get out, put a bit of fuel in there. The reason for putting the free construction office out here is down to the fact that I want to plan the what we call it, the iron ore production on this side, and the only way, and this terrain here is a little bit uneven, so I'm going to need the ability to level out here, get that done. Right, we've now built a road in there. Now, one thing I do want to do is put another road in from road coming off there. I wonder if I can put a road in there and build that. Right, we got a footpath there, which probably needs to be connected in. Yeah, we can put that there, because we will eventually need to build that. Okay, let me just scoot down to the south. Train waiting too long. I think the problem I'm getting here is that the line is going out. Wow, where are you? Oh, they're working out here. Because I've got a bit of a problem with the crops over there, the import. One final project I want to do over here is actually get a farm operational, but it's not particularly that high priority. We are slowly connecting in here. What type of... Got quite a lot of buildings that still need to be done. I think most of them are waiting for... Yeah, I did have a problem with bricks. That's true. And the problem I've got is... I don't know if these guys are coming in here. I think I told this one to wait until loaded. Let me just check. No, I didn't. Okay. We're going to tell you to wait until loaded. Because what was happening is that I think it's this one. Let me just check you. Yeah, I want you to wait until unloaded, because this one is still running backwards and forwards with steel and prefabs burning fuel. But we got loads and loads of prefabs here, but what's holding everything up is the bricks. Yeah, it's one of the problems with ships, is that they can get a little bit congested, and I don't want to throw those resources away. This area here is coming together quite nicely. The problem is we don't have the population at the moment to pull them together. We do have this warehouse here now built, and I do wonder if I can... We may need to get some more trains. We got some wagons here. We've got any train? Oh, we got a train here. That's... I think that symbol says that it's doing nothing. Yeah. Okay. What we're gonna do is I've started putting I think it's food, clothes, and alcohol in here, and some electronics. Okay. Let me just get this set up here. And we're going to have to be a little bit careful. I'm going to have to limit the amount. What I'm going to need to do is well, get rid of the plastics and the electro. Oh, we're going to need electro components, aren't we? And clothes, food, alcohol. We don't need fabric. And we don't need chemical. And I don't want those levels of stuff, so we're going to have to kind of reduce this down. Certainly don't want 32 tons of electronics, or even 21 tons. Keep increasing that. I want this down to oops, that's a bit, I don't know, 6 tons of electronics is good. Mechanical components will bring mechanical. No, we don't need mechanical components out here, do we? We do need electro components. So we need 15 tons of clothes. A little bit high. I think what we'll have to do is go for a percentage of the train. This is the one, isn't it? Okay. We need a name for this town. We want clothes, electronics, food, electro components. Anything else I need here? Alcohol. Right, of course we're going to check, make sure he's going to do the route properly so that he doesn't get stuck. He runs in there quite nicely, that's good. We're also probably going to need meat, although I think truthfully I think a manual meat delivery might be a little bit better, although we do need to check the meat supply up here, because the city is pretty big now. So just make sure this train runs all the way through. I did do the signalling during the winter, so at the moment the signalling up in the 2 areas which we completed is theoretical at the moment. So this is another reason why I want to check this. Right, no problems. He's not throwing any flags, so he can get back. Okay, good. Just suddenly occurred to me that let me just check something. Oops, I saw a meat locker here. How much meat have we got in the meat locker here? Not a lot. I think what we might need is another hunting lodge here. But what I could do is put a meat locker off here if I could do it. And while I'm doing this, something's just occurred to me related to what I said in the intro with respect to the what we call it, the new update. And that is that one thing that's occurred to me is mods, especially with respect to research. If the devs have reworked research, now the kind of big question will be is whether that research will affect, say, universities and other modded versions of universities and like that. Now that's something else that's just occurred to me, because of course I think, again, don't quote me on this, guys, because I've got no confirmation, I've got no inside information, but probably the best way is to explain it. I'm under the impression like you've got a medical university, a technical university, headquarters of the Communist Party, and I think there might be different types of research linked to different types of buildings. Now, if I go over to one of my favorite, well, let's go over this way. We go up to here. Now, I think this is the headquarters of the Communist Party. And then we've got my favorite one here, which is the Lenin University, which is a technical university. I suppose the $6 million question is whether these will pick up the research trees when the new update comes out. So that might be an issue. In fact, I think there could be quite a few issues related to mods when the new update comes out, but that's the way it is. This guy's picking up bricks. He delivered a big pile of bricks over here. Yes, he has. So hopefully that will start to give some momentum up here. Because I think one of the big problems is bricks, I think. And mechanisms. Of course, we need workforce up here as well. But we do, I mean, we're going to need to get rid of this bitumen as well. I do wonder. You just check this distribution office again. Do I have anything that will? I think at the moment I'm using trucks to export because at the moment, let's see. This is just picking up. If I set this to something like that and send this to the customs shed, what we'd have to do is make sure that this has, say, got 20% fuel in there for pickup. This has already got. I'll put that in there. We might need another train, and we might need some more. I think all the tankers are in use. Yeah, we're going to need another train here. We got some tankers here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to buy another train. Electric motive. We're going to stick with the CH5 things. The price is going up. 160. This one's marginally cheaper. Okay, we're going to save 100,000 on that. And hopefully... Oops, thank you, game. I just want to see if this guy will go and pick up bitumen. I'm a little bit worried about the fact that the bitumen's filling up in the oil refinery. And he's actually, oh well, he's picked up. Oh, it's a train that's gone somewhere. Okay. What are you doing? Of course, one of the downside of bridges is the fact that unless you put a gap in the center, you can't actually do anything. Okay, right, it was just... He's going to pick up fuel, isn't he? 159 tons of fuel. Let's see what we got in here. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about how much that is filling up. We got loads and loads of fuel now. It'd be really great if we could actually get that. How much fuel did you pick up then? That was a bit quick. 41 tons. So you picked up 3 wagons for 41 tons. This is the only thing I don't really like about rail distribution offices is that they're very good for shifting quite large amounts of stuff, but they don't really keep anything, you know, they don't, if they pick up small amounts, they start to get very inefficient. Let me just see what the fuel situation here is. Yeah, that's good. Let's have a look at these guys are still pushing out, doing their stuff. Well, oh yeah, one thing I do need to do is over here, because I think, remember in the last part we bought a new harvester, or we didn't buy a new harvester became available. It's this combine E, which is a combine speed of 30. I think what I'm going to do is, because I don't know, we're going to sell. We got time for this, so it'd be 20,000. Sell a couple of those, and we'll buy a couple of those. In fact, I think what we'll do is we'll replace the fleet. About these ones, how much of these were going to be worth? I think these are a little bit faster, so I think if we get rid of these, so in some ways by selling them we're getting rid of those. And we got 1 2 3 4, how many? Well, we got 8 9 10 11 trucks, so we got 4. I've bought 2, and we go 1 2 3 4 of those. What I'm hoping is that the faster combine speeds will, because the end of the last winter cycle we were very close to bringing in all the fields, but there was just a few little bits left on the ends of the field. So I think if we can get the slightly faster combines in, I can't waiting too long. Yeah, I know you're probably waiting. Right, we got 1 here, we got, what's that, 6 here. I think we're going to sell these 6 as well. It's not like we're short of money, and we're going to replace all you with the new ones. It'd be really great if there was a way that you could auto replace things. Although with vehicle maintenance, the one thing that does kind of, when I was thinking about it, was that what happens if you don't maintain the vehicles? Do they just break down? 2 3 4 5 6 of those. I mean, do they just break down and then that's it? You've got nothing else that you can do? I mean, there's got to be some way that, say, if a vehicle breaks down, it gets replaced with something new or something like that, because otherwise it would just be a nightmare. Where's that? Gravel processing. Oh, wow. Okay. Fire crews. I mean, losing this won't be the end of the world, but at the same time, we've got 4 crews on it. There they are. Here they come. Now, seeing the game has actually brought us in this direction, there we are. It's just going to get that done. I've got an idea for here. This is very long term. Possibly down here is a ship construction industry. Because what we could do is we've got a town there. We could put ship construction industry down here. And then that means we'll be able to buy our own ships. So that's something else I want to think about. What we could do, actually, while I'm thinking about it. I mean, a port doesn't really need anything particularly brilliant, does it? So what we could do, I don't know if this will work. Ship dock medium. Say, for example, I mean, all this does is it exists for itself, doesn't it? So say, for argument's sake, I put in a ship dock there. Of course, we're going to need a connection for the fire. Say we put something like that in. Means that if I want to purchase ships up here, we'll have a ship dock to purchase it by. And this is an area that's a bit redundant, so we don't need to worry too much about that. Right, my helicopter crews don't seem to be doing anything. Okay. I think what I will do is just going to pause. No. You get into there. There. Right, that should get them going on this area. They've now built this coal processing plant. We need that built, that built, that built, that built, that built, and that built. He actually built the power into here already. Wow. These guys aren't hanging around. Right, what we need to do now is we've got to put in the substations. Ideally, what I'd like is the substation, this one, if this was tucked in here, that would be really brilliant. Because that would cover, I think if we put it about there, because this will cover this area. So we put in one there, and of course we'll just put in a gravel or mud. I think we'll just go with mud, and then we're on the fairly nice run. Then you can come down to about there, come into there, get that. So that will cover this area, and then what we need is another one just about here. And of course we got the power station just there. So if I put in, I think I'd rather it overlap with that coal processing, just against fire. So if we put in one there, I've made a slight mistake here. No, I haven't, because I could connect this up to the grid, but I think what I might do is bring a full-size power line in to the power station there, and keep this as a separate spur. Okay, 8. You go there. Build you, and we'll build you. We need a road in there, like that. Yeah, I think if I keep this as a separate entity from the, actually, I think these guys will need some support as well. Yeah, I think if we can bring the main power lines across from here, because we're going to need to branch down into this direction as well. Get that done. How about up here? I think I've built this on the wrong side, haven't I? What's the flat terrain here? I'm aware that time is pushing on, so maybe we're not going to work on the iron ore stock production. Where are you? Okay. Yeah, it's these small workforces that... Right, we're getting bricks into this area. Are we actually making any progress now? We got these guys sat around doing nothing. Let's get you start assisting these. There's also the, we need, oh yeah, we need that connected. This is the, where is the store? Oh, the store's here. We've actually got the street lights in now. at long last. We certainly need that built. We need that. Let's just connect in some of these roads now. That needs to be connected. Which one's got the... Yeah, so this is the center road. So I think we're put those in. We're going to need a full cruise on these because they're very, very short. So we're going to have to build that in, that in, that in. This guy is detecting everything but buildings. And this is the road crew. It's detecting everything in sight. I think I'd like to make you into a dedicated... Oh no, you've got tower cranes there as well, so... Yeah, we need to start connecting this infrastructure in. Because we've got our big shopping mall here, which we need to build. We need the heating plant built over there. We certainly want... I think we need to just keep building in this area here. How are we doing for population? Right, we've got 99 population now. And one thing you do notice is that the happiness starts to kind of perk up once you start getting over 21s. Let me just see. Right, so we've got the food into here. This is going to be a bit of a problem. So we're going to have to pick up directly. What I do need here is a distribution office, a small one, because we need to get the supplies from here down to here. Okay. Just about to put the helicopter crew on that. I think if we got a little bit of space there and there, so if I put in small distribution office, we don't need anything particularly too big. Because the colours, I can't read the numbers. I think if we put a triple, just 3 trucks in here, that can go there. You can go there. And what we can do is build the distribution office here. And what that will do is it will... Actually, we can put you onto there as well. I think we've got everything here that's being built. I think what I might do is... These guys are sat around doing nothing. I think what I'd like to do is start pushing them to say something like the heating plant here. And even possibly the power station. I don't want them going all the way up there, but I think they can contribute down to here. Because I think what's happening here is it's just the game is just, yeah, a lot of it is actually workers, and it's the workers is actually the problem. I think if we can get some workers into here, we may be able to go for a lossless system where we can, if we can get the basics in now, because we've got the old school block, we've got Ampere Home, we've built the secret police station, got there, what we got here, we've got an indoor pool. Where's the hospital? I think there is a hospital in here somewhere. That's the pharmacy there. We're getting the basics in. It's just at the moment we're not getting anything else in at the same time. Let me just see. We got... Okay. Well, we got a full load of what we call it, fuel in here. It says I'm unable to export fuel. Right. There's one of these has got buses in it. Where are you picking up from, workers? Right, and we got a bus stop here with no. What I'm going to do is just go. Only got the one bus here, but I think if I can get a few workers into here, we're gonna have to micro it, because what I've done is I kind of put you onto there so we can remove that. Actually, I think what we will do is we'll put you onto there. Yeah, I think that will work actually. If we put you onto there, we'll put some workers into here. And then that will give us local workers here, which might actually push this out a little bit faster. I don't think I've got any more buses here. Let me just check. No, you're a road crew. I think what I will do... let me just think. I'm trying to think where the... no, I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. Let me just see. There they are. What I'm going to do is pinch these two and send you two to... You can go there. And you can go there as well. When I could try and get... Yeah, so we'll start using the workers from here, but what we will need to do is keep an eye on this fuel situation. we actually exporting bitumen. Let me just see. We did 340 tons of bitumen last month, so that's good. Now we haven't finished these yet. What's holding these back? Again, it's workers. It's let me just see. I've just had a thought. But you've got a bus pickup point here as well. Bus platform, falling bus platform. Right, I think what we'll do... Yeah, let me just check these. Right, we've got you there. You there. I think what we're going to do is draw the workers from here to build this. And then by doing that, okay. If I do that, right, we got some workers. We got some workers coming in here. Oh, 5. I think quite a bit. Yeah, I think what I can do is prioritize some of these jobs, like these. I think we'll make these high priority because we can't populate the area without fuel. Plus the fact is that once we got this done, I can then set up a distribution office and then deliver the bitumen to here, which will run this heating plant here. I'm aware that I'm running out of time again. Apologies for that. We're on the 8th of July. I would just like to see the farming start here. You've got no water supply. You've got no power supply. We're still building this in here. That's okay. We got a place name there, probably because it's just the buildings. Right, we got this area built in here. This is now, this road isn't, is this road finished? Yeah, this road is finished, so what we'll do is we'll put a footpath there, path there. We got the unemployed working into here. Get that built. This needs to be connected. We've got 147 over 21s. It'd be really nice to be able to populate the town, but if we get this finished, we'll let them flow into here. Yeah, that's set. So, and then that would give us a bigger workforce in this area. How's the helicopter crews? Get you building that. And I think we're going to make a start on that one as well. I think this is going to be more important than actually expanding out that way. Right, we're getting very close now. Our first fields should be ready for harvesting. No, that's a big field, sorry. So these are not actually finished yet. Okay. We're getting very close. Right, so let me just do a quick check. We're going to scoot down back down to here again. Yeah, bricks is really the issue. Really surprising, that is. I mean, we've got loads of steel here. It's bricks, and we've got boards. It's the bricks that are, I think, mainly because I suppose that up here everything is predominantly built of bricks. We certainly need that built. But we are kind of filling in the roads now. Although, to be honest, we've got to start laying the... I think what we probably need to do is get this functional. And then once we got some people living up here, we can then work on getting the tram tracks built. Because we got this area here, this comes round to here, this goes round to there. So we just need to build this section here, this section here. This is going to be a bit messy because I put this heat exchanger in here. And what is this? This is the indoor pool. We still need to build through this area here. We've got the power transformer here. Has that actually got any power connection to it? Let's check. Nope. So we're going to need to put quite a long power line down to here, aren't we? So I better do that while I'm thinking about it. We actually do that in one straight run. Wow. Maybe I don't want to do it. I think just may try and make it a little bit tidier. It's about there. Just check that it's connected. Yep. We'll get power into here. We need that little bit built. Yep. Fuel to flow. We got here. What are you picking up? Let's just check the trains. Ideally, I would like to build this here as well. You picked up the bricks already, and they've been... I mean, that ship was bringing in bricks. And I think we're going to increase that capacity for bricks because just want to check this. Apologies for this. I mean, he had 56 tons of bricks on. Let me just see. I'll make sure he's actually picking up the full quota of bricks. We should have 98 tons of bricks here, so these puffers are painful, but they are efficient in their own ways. See, we're back to 82% happiness again. And our health is still a bit low, but I think that health average is low because of our labour camps. So we'll just get into here. Oh, you've got 79 tons of boards. That's no good. Okay. Let me just sort this out. We got room for... No, we haven't. We're at 60% capacity. Right. The only way I'm going to fix this is getting a dedicated brick ship. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to bring in... I want a ship. I'm going to bring in a Clyde puffer again, unless I can get something that's a bit cheaper. Got 900,000 year 4 kilometers. Right, we're going to bring in a puffer. Now, of course, it's going to take a long time to actually get here. I think what I will do in the short term is... I don't want to discard all my cargo. So at the moment, he's kind of just trickling across a small amount. I think what we'll do is we'll tell him not to pick up boards, and we'll just make him exclusively a brick ship. And what I will do, because I don't want to dump the cargo, but what we can do is we come in here. He's got 29 tons of boards, so go on to empty that. Well, they're actually taking boards now, so that will... Okay, so he's just taking a big pile of boards. Okay. Oh well, where are you taking those boards to then? Private school. Well, solve that problem with me. Yeah, I think what we're going to have to do is specialize the puffers. Again, this is because ships don't have distribution offices. This is something that you do need to think about very, very carefully. Anyway, guys, I'm just going to shoot back because I've got a bit distracted, and I just want to see how. Oh yeah, these guys are cracking on a little bit now. How's the crop situation? We had 2,000. I think we're looking good from a crop point of view. And just to finish off, I know I've said it before. Yeah, we probably ran out of crops. Yeah, this is the new harvest coming in here, and yeah, I think we're still a bit sketchy in this area. One thing, we did manage to build these roads out here, but they're still a little bit kind of iffy. I think at the moment we need... think what I'm going to do is I do need some asphalting done in this area. Trying to think, where can I asphalt in some roads? I think what we will do is I want to improve the road system here. So I'm going to asphalt you, high view, and start putting in this area here. I'd like to get this finished from an asphalt point of view eventually. But to do that, we're going to need to asphalt the loop round here while we actually fill in these little gaps here. Anyway, guys, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.